Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to CRN. We are here with the Mars Mid-Atlantic Racing Series Truck Series here at Homestead Miami Speedway for the race number 2 of the playoffs. Season is coming down to an end. Going to go ahead and look at the truck standings as it sits right now.
Yeah, the link is posted
Going
in
to go ahead
Discord.
and
Not sure if it went live yet or not.
get this muted really quick. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay, that is muted. But going to go ahead and look at the truck standings for tonight here. Non-playoff standings. Caleb McKinney ended up winning the regular season, and now the playoff standings as it sits. Caleb McKinney in P1. Jared Larder in second. Wesley Tiplett in the third. Gary Donnellan in fourth. Brandon Puffenbarger in fifth. Nathan Lee in sixth. Corey Crowell in seventh. Eighth is going to be Lance Brantlinger. Ninth is going to be Logan McNeil. 10th is going to be Cameron Combs. 11th is going to be Austin Smith. And riding out your 12 car is going to be Kobe Sutphin for your top 12 in points for the playoffs. Everybody getting ready to get on the race grid here tonight and get this all in and going. I'm going to go ahead and look and see who's got provisional polls. It's going to be Nathan Lee in P number 1, Austin Smith in a second, Caleb McKinney in third, Lance Brantlinger in fourth, Wesley Triplett in fifth, Brandon Puffenbarger in sixth, Brandon Stubbs in seventh, Kobe Sutphin rounds up top eight, Joshua Neal in ninth, Chad McNeil in 10th, Alex Campbell in 11th. 12th is going to be Logan McNeil. 13th, Jared Mayo. 14th, Gary Donnellan. 15th, Michael Smith. And rounding out your 17 car field is going to be Christian Snyder. A lot of racing going to be happening on out here tonight. Total distance of tonight's race is going to be, get on down here, 104 laps here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Definitely going to be a fun one to watch as Nathan Lee going to be starting on a provisional pole in that Chevy Silverado. So definitely can't wait to see how this race goes, especially at Homestead Miami Speedway. It turns out to be a lot of different things. You know, obviously you can be on the high side, low side. You can be anywhere you want to be. So the inside, obviously, you're going to save a little bit more tire wear. The outside, you're going to run a little bit more tire wear. You can run the middle as well with a new dynamic track that iRacing has implemented here on the service. You can essentially do what you need to do and make everything happen. But right now, let's get somebody in here in the broadcast booth. We're going to go ahead and speak to our pole sitter. That's going to be Nathan Lee in the number 16. Nathan, this is Dylan in the CRM broadcast booth. Can't move anybody, so I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody. I am not allowed to, can't move anybody over wherever they need to go, so I'm not going to be able to talk to tonight's pole sitter, Nathan Lee, as we're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Pace truck going to lead these drivers all the way on around one more time. Actually, no, not one more time. They're going to go in this time by
green, green, green.
Get ready to go, and we are green flag racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway. A little bit of a Bad restart for the number 6 back there in the back. Having a little bit of issues with tire spin right off the rip. Kobe Sutphin goes immediately down to the inside. Brandon Puffenbarger to the middle. And right now, this is where you're going to see a lot of these drivers make their moves where they can. Get into a position that they like, and they kind of just relax, kind of ride, and do what they need to do for these next 20 to 30 laps on the fuel stint. They come up off the turn number 1 and 2 for the second time. A little bit of looseness there from Michael Smith. Going to try to get his stuff all gathered back up. Kobe down to the inside, trying to get on around of Brandon Stubbs. He's not able to do so. They got the number 5, Lance Brantlinger, right on behind them. Keeping an eye on Kobe Sutphin for the time being. Going back here to Lance Brantlinger in the number 8 machine. Normally he's the number 88. Changes number to the 8. And now he's following on along. Found his position where he needed to be. Is now just kind of relaxing. Watch all these drivers come up off of the corner. Essentially, everybody is single file for the most part. In doing what they need to do. Is Joshua Neal looking to follow Lance Brantlinger right in his foot tracks, use that draft to help kind of pull him all the way around this racetrack. And hopefully bring himself up here towards the front. New race leader is going to be Austin Smith in that number 23. He's going to go ahead and take over that number 1 position. We look on board of that number 23 TRD Toyota. Trying to do what he needs to do. Took over that race lead. Does not want to look back as we are 6 laps in out of 104. These races have been on the better side, going green for a long period of time. Then obviously you have your short track stuff where obviously cautions are going to happen. But these drivers fairly good at keeping control of their trucks or anything that they're driving. So we haven't really been seeing a lot of cautions from these drivers. Down to the inside looking. Goes to number 16 and not going to be able to get there. Just going to tuck up back in line with Austin Smith. Austin Smith running that outside lane. He's going to have the outside momentum coming off. Austin Smith regains the race lead. Austin Smith still with the race lead. In P number 3, you have Caleb McKinney, our current points leader. And now you have Kobe Sutphin, who started back fairly all the way up to P number 4. P number 4, up 4 positions from where he started. Ten laps out of 104, so a little over 90 laps left to go. Alex Campbell back there, the number 9 machine, keeping Schneider and Bay behind him, along with the number 82, who's going to dive it all the way down to the inside. Joshua Neal going to use the inside, and then you have Christian Snyder using that outside, seeing what kind of advantage he can get on Josh Neal. Austin Smith losing the race lead, but kind of keeping it as of right now. He's using that inside lane to pull himself all the way around. Nathan Lee got the outside advantage. Going to be in a drag race all the way down to the backstretch, but it's going to be Nathan Lee taking over that top spot. Still side by side. Nope. Austin Smith going to the outside once again. So Austin Smith still rolling that outside, just not able to get a hold of the number 16. Going to let the 16 go out so far, get a little bit of a gap as these drivers going to go at it here tonight. 15 laps in out of 104. I do want to apologize for not having SDK on up. I've downloaded it all. Downloaded it all, made sure it was all in the correct file, just is not coming up on my end. New computer, new PC, new everything. Still working out all the kinks, so I do apologize for that. That is all on me. I can still see what lap we're on and anything like that, so I'll be able to keep everybody updated with the lap there. So lap number 16, getting ready to start number 17 here at Homestead. And a green flag pit stop's going to be happening here shortly. And that's where you can really make up a little bit of time or lose a lot of time, because Going into turns number 3 and 4, it's where a lot of the banking is at. You go from banking to flatness, be a little bit loose, and find yourself in those tire barriers. So you definitely got to watch out for all of that. As we look on board here, Austin Smith will go ahead and let Kobe Sutphin go on by. He's going to lose a position, but he's going to look down to the inside. Slide job central. So far for Austin Smith and Kobe Sutphin. Kobe going to run a little bit lower to protect that slide job this time. But they're going to be side by side. Going to be able to pull each other back. Austin Smith gets a little bit loose. He's going to lose some positions. Back here on the number 8 machine of Lance Brantlinger. So Lance Brantlinger currently sitting P number 8, down 4 positions from where he has started. Austin Smith down 7, down 5. Chris Snyder up 6. Sutphin up 6. He can only be up 7 after he makes all of his pit stops. Gets himself up to the race lead. Sutphin currently right now trying to get up to the race leader. Surely making it happen. Is everybody doing what they need to do for the time being? So far, looking good. Lap number 23 is complete. Coming around to take lap number 24. Going to be side by side. Triplet. Caleb McKinney and Braden Puffenbarger both side by side of the 5. Braden Puffenbarger down to the inside, and then you got Caleb McKinney on that outside, trying to make something happen. Braden Puffenbarger getting into the apron just a little bit. We'll lose a little bit of time, but not too much. Take lap number 24, and I think this is time to use our first official "You Love to Hear It." Turn the mics down, turn the engines up. Give you guys a little bit of "You Love to Hear It." We'll be right back. are back here on a CRN. Pit stops all said and done. 35 laps are complete. See you walking down the lane using the access road. So going on 3 and wide, number 1, 3, and 4. 30, or the number 82, Joshua Neal going to be able to get on around the number 9 and the 23, but the new tires of the 9 and the 23 try to find a way around the number 82. Joshua Neal is the only one out there on fresher tires. Neals has made their first pit stops. Joshua Neal down the inside, showing the body language that he's going to pit this time by. We've seen somebody spin into pit lane. Joshua Neal not able to keep his car down on the inside, looking for Gary Dodlin. Now back here in P at number 12, Joshua Neal going into pit lane this time by. That is going to give the race lead on over to Wesley Triplett, who's going to lead the first couple laps. Tonight's race goes to Logan McNeil on one of the down into in that Ford F-150 Advanced Auto Parts down to the inside. Fresh tires are definitely going to be the best part of this race. As you see there, Joshua Neal still in pit lane. Now he's making his way out. It seems like everyone's down the outside. We'll go ahead and check in with see where he's at on the field. He's got the number 16. Kind of breathing down his neck, not too much. But the 16 of Nate Lee trying to get back up to the race lead. See it there. Try to do what they can to take over the race lead. I'm going to go ahead and right on board with the number 16 machine. On board with Nate Lee. Got the whole bars all in your face. So we'll get all the way down to that right lane. Right up on the back of the second machine. Now the straight away, this leader's got to pick which lane he wants to take. Looking to go down the inside, he's going to take it. Slide a job in front of number 16. Lean each other. Lean on each other. And Nate Lee regains the race lead for the third time here tonight. Nate Lee took over the race lead now. He's starting to pull away from Wesley Triplett. You can see he's kind of already building up a little bit of a lead over the number 74. So Nate Lee is going to be one of those drivers that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, showing the early speed here throughout tonight. Brandon Tubbs in P number 3 with Caleb McKinney following on right behind him, taking lap number 40 out of 104. So far, so good. The flag racing here at its best. Go ahead and switch it on over to the most exciting racing tonight. And number 12 doing a little bit of battle with number 4 of Gary Dodlin. Gary Dodlin kind of just using that tail draft to bring him on up. He's going to start on the outside, go all the way down to the inside. Get a little bit more of that draft, help him pull up along the side, possibly. No, he's just going to follow. Now Gary Dodlin going to look down to the inside. He's got a quarter panel on him now. Side by side, going into turn number 1 and 2. And Logan going to go ahead and give up the position. Doesn't want to do anything too drastic. Get movement number 4 up to 8th position. So far, so good, and nobody having any issues on the racetrack. Nobody spitting, nobody doing anything. Gonna be one of the quicker races here tonight. Starting to lose a little bit of time to Gary Donnelly for the tailgate. Chad McNeil in the number 6 machine, normally driving the King's Hawaiian number 6, sporting a new skin in the black number 6. It's a little bit loose coming through turn number 3 and 4, going to be able to keep it straight. So we're looking about 30 to 37 laps on a tank of fuel. So these drivers are going to go back in on lap number 63, 64. So a total of 4 pit stops for tonight. So far, so good for a lot of these drivers. Some people making passes out here tonight. Homestead, one of those tracks where passing is key. Is Caleb McKinney getting a little bit loose coming out of turn number 3 and 4. That's going to open up some running room. Austin Smith's what he sees out his side by side, and that's what Nate used to see. Nate used to see everybody else go side by side and start pulling away from the second. But I really think that pass. Kind of enjoying the side-by-side actions. Larry, I do apologize that I didn't adjust the volume while I was on the main car, so I do apologize for that. So with our top five, not a strong out. We got Winston Triple Gary, not eliminated. Alex Camp, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Towards the back, beautiful shot there of American Stars in the American Eagle, American Flag Machine, running the very, very top. Got the 46, or the 76 running in the middle. And then you have number 23 running inside. Austin Smith finally getting the down to the inside, a little bit of a slide job there. Going to recognize that, give him all the room that he needs, doesn't really pitch it down. Austin Smith not able to get that pass in. 76. Austin Smith will go ahead and use the middle lane up there, get down to the inside like he wanted to. Not going to lose much time, because now he's going to be able to possibly get clear of the number 76, slide up in front, and now we have a change of field position. Number 23, Chad McNeil already in the pit lane here tonight. And at number 6. Coming up to take lap number 63 of 104. Wasn't tripping over the wheel and didn't get laid this time, right? Something caught Nathan Lee and is going to potentially give Nathan a run for his money before pit stops. Pit stops getting ready to happen here in time. About 30 laps and 37 laps. We've seen a couple people go in a lap of 29. Other people stretching all the way up to 37. Kobe Sutton is there on the race leader. They're down on the inside. New race leader on lap number 66 is going to be Kobe Sutton. Kobe uses 3-lap advantage tires, taking over the race. It's taking a while to catch up to number 16. Now this is where it's going to get tricky. If you want to pit, Nathan Lee looks to be going to pit lane. He is going to pit lane this time around. Nathan getting his truck slowed. Going into pit lane for his second stop. Ready stops in pit 2 as it sits right now at course 25. The yellow note. And he's got Austin Smith hot on his tail. These two drivers could potentially be going in next time by, or maybe even this time by. Brendan Stubbs going in this time by. Gets to slow down, doesn't hit the wall either. Beautiful. Now Austin Smith takes up the second position. Go on. Gonna go ahead and go on in and through on the field here. Kobe in, Austin Smith going to stay out one more lap. Caleb McKinney in. Gary Dottlin stays out. Joshua Neal, he's going to go ahead and stay out as well. Brendan Puffenbarger going to stay out. Chris Snyder is going to stay out. Lance Brantlinger potentially going to stay out. No, Lance is going to go in. Michael Smith, Nate Lee, Brandon Stubbs, Alex Triplett, Alex Campbell, Logan McNeil, Chad McNeil, and Jared Mayo. Out here tonight is Austin Smith goes into pit lane. Gary Dottlin going to go in there. Yes, he's going to be able to make it on in. Joshua Neal now. He's going to go on in. Same with the number 5 of Brandon Puffenbarger. Chris Snyder going to go in this time by. So top 5 into pit lane this time. Going to see what the number 45 of Michael Smith does. He looks to be showing the body language of pitting. Yeah, Michael Smith going to go into pit lane this time by. That's going to relinquish the lead on over to Nate Lee in that number 16 John Deere machine. Coming on lap number 70. These two, Kobe and Nate Lee. There is no cars in between the 16 and the number 10, so this is going to be a really good battle to the race win. If Kobe does exactly what he did last time, there should be a good battle on our hands going all the way in and through the race. Kobe Sutphin was able to essentially run down the number 16 and then pass him and kind of put a little bit of a gap on him before they both ended up pitting. But definitely going to be something to keep an eye on. Is Nate Lee still with the race lead here at Homestead? The number 9 of Alex Campbell looking to make a pass on a Wesley Triplett for P number 4. So far, so good. Alex Campbell looking down to the inside, not going to be able to make it happen on a Wesley Triplett. But while we have another really good green flag pit stop, or green flag run, and pit stops are all in and over, we're going to go ahead and cut on over to our second and our last. You'll love to hear it, where we turn the volumes down, turn the engines on up, give you guys a little bit of the sights and sounds of Homestead and Miami Speedway with these trucks going on around it. We'll be right back. yellow flag on out here tonight. Not sure what the cause of it was. Just happened to see that it said a yellow flag out there on the racetrack. Drivers get ready to go into pit lane, get some service done. Going to be a better little run to the finish here at Homestead. Is getting ready to go on and do their choose rule of the night. The first choose rule that they have to offer here tonight at Homestead. Going to see what driver takes the inside, what driver takes the outside. It looks like the majority is going to take the inside. Two drivers so far taking the outside. That's going to be Brendan Stubbs, and then you have Caleb McKinney taking the outside as well. So they're going to be lined up nose to tail. Everybody else is going to be down on the inside. The next car that took the outside is going to be Alex Campbell in that number 9 machine, making his way up there towards the front.
Green, green, green.
Pace truck in a pit lane, a green flag going to be out of this time by. Nathan Lee able to get the race lead back, get cleared of everybody else. He's going to resume and taking the race lead. Kobe Sudford a little bit loose in the middle of the pack, going to be forced 3 wide. Cold tires on that restart got him a little bit loose, but able to keep the truck straight the way he needs it to be pointed. They're going to foul back down to 2 wide. Kobe Sudford, not the restart that he wanted to see. Now he's got a tough task to get through this traffic, get back up there towards the front on lap number 84 out of 104. So 20 laps to go for these drivers. A little bit of echo between the 5 and the number 10 machine, going to take them all the way up to the outside wall. Did make contact with the wall. But Kobe Sudford doing what he needs to do. Looking back here, Gary Donnellan really looking to put on a strong showing here. Oh, the 82 and 32 get together. They're going to be able to keep it straight this time by. Nate Lee still with the race lead. Brendan Stubbs in P number 2. Caleb McKinney in 3rd. Austin Smith in 4th. 12 machine backing up his quarter entry just a little bit. The 4 and the 5 going side by side. The 74 looking to make him move to the outside. Just not able to get there. Had to back out of it before he got stuffed into the outside wall. A lot of racing all the way around to this racetrack. Lance Brandlinger coming off a hot shoe win. Right now just waiting patiently, buying his time. Looking up here at the top 5 positions. Kobe Sudford finally getting on around all that traffic. And now you got Brendan Stubbs looking to make a move on the number 16. Not able to do so just yet, but Kobe Sudford making his way up to P number 4. He's going to be all over the back bumper of the number 23. 23 is going to slide up the racetrack. The 10 is going to do the same. He's going to use that draft to his advantage so far. Wait and then make a move down to the inside. Here we go. Kobe Sudford not taking any time. He's going to go ahead and make that move down to the inside, looking for a possible 2 for 1. He's going to be able to get there.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
As the yellow flag is out with Lance Brandlinger taking a little bit of a spin here. Oh, Lance Brandlinger and the number 9 of Alex Campbell getting together. Lance Brandlinger going to go all the way down to the inside. Not going to be able to get that car turned to where he uses the rear end to hit that inside wall. Big yard sale from the number 8 machine of Lance Brantlinger. And all he could do was jump to the pits. That engine was spent onto that number 8 machine. I believe the number 9 ended up, let's see if the number 9 ended up saving his machine. He's going to slide back up in front of traffic. He's going to wall slap the outside wall. Luckily, nobody getting involved. Just those two. And I think this is where everybody's going to go ahead and take advantage of going down into pit lane, taking some fresher tires, and then get themselves up there where they need to be. Kobe Sutphin, Gary Donnelly, Weston Triplett, Chris Snyder, and Chad McNeil all staying out. Well, lap number 89 out of 104 are completed. Get a good look at the number 23's pit stall. In and out for the number 23 machine. He's going to lose 2 positions. Come out behind the number 16. 5. Definitely going to be a fun one to watch. So a 12-lap dash to the finish. I'm going to be in a store here tonight for the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series here on a CRN. It's going to be a good one here. You got new tires versus old. 9-lap tire difference. Is it going to be enough? Do 9 laps really make a difference out here tonight? We're going to find out. As we go back to green on lap number 91, coming around to take lap number 92, that's when we're going to go green. Pace lights are off on the pace truck. And there's a bunch of mixed opinions up here. Top 5 still occupy the top 5 spots. Nate Lee will be the first one on fresher tires, and he elected to take the outside. We'll sitting up here, and behind him is going to be Austin Smith. We've seen the run that Kobe Sutphin was having, and able to catch and pass the number 16. But now the tables are turned. Now Nathan Lee has 9 lap newer tires than the number 10. But pace truck making the hard left turn into pit lane. The 10 of the 4 top spots.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. We are underway here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. The 10 getting a really good launch. They're going to be 3 wide behind him. The 74, the 4, the 32. Nate Lee through the middle trying to make something happen. They are 3 wide for 3 rows deep. Looking back on here, Nate Lee trying to do what he can do. He's going to be stuck in the middle between the number 6 and the number 23. What's going to happen here? The 74 looking down to the inside of Kobe Sutphin. So much racing going on all over the track. Can't really figure out where you want to be at. But Nathan Lee able to get clear of Austin Smith. A little bit of a block going down the front stretch. Still going to be 3 wide at 32, 74, 4. Now they're going to be 3 wide yet again. The 74, 16, 23, all 3 wide. Going to be able to get out of it nice and cleanly. But it's still Kobe Sutphin with the race lead. A lap number 93 out of 104. Are complete. Austin Smith looking down to the inside. There's a little bit of that side draft. On to that number 16, the 32, having to get out of the throttle. He was up on the outside wall. That's going to kind of hurt the number 16, but Austin recognized it. Gave the 16 enough room to get on around the number 32, but the 32 is getting ready to come on back with a vengeance. Those 23 and 32 got together just a little bit. Wasn't 100% clear there. But Nate Lee is now sitting in P number 2. Austin Smith coming on up to take over P number 3. Looking down to the inside of Gary Donnellan. Gary Donnellan not letting that slide job get used twice. As the number 23 not able to get on by the number 4. He's going to use the outside this time. We have seen the outside lane prevail once before. And that outside lane going to prevail one more time. All Kobe Sutphin does not want to see is a yellow flag. He wants to hurry up, get that white flag, and then bring it home for another victory on the season. Nate Lee wants to hurry up, use this draft with the number 23 to pull himself up to the number 10 and make it a 3-car battle for the race win. But as it sits right now, it's all about Kobe Sutphin up there in the race lead. Slowly but surely, that gap is starting to close. So we're definitely going to have a good battle on our hands. The way that Nathan Lee and Austin Smith had a battle to get themselves through the pack, I could potentially see the tire wear kind of evening on out here tonight. But Nathan Lee doing what he needs to do. So far, the driver with the fastest lap of the race is going to be Michael Smith at 34.12. No, I lied. 8, 9. Brandon Puffenbarger actually with a 33.83. So beating Kobe Sutphin just by a little bit for that best lap of the race. As we have a 3-car battle for the race lead as of right now. Nathan Lee, Austin Smith, and Kobe Sutphin all under a blanket throwing over him. Let him fight it out for the race finish. Nathan Lee using that inside lane to his advantage. And then now you got Kobe Sutphin and Austin Smith going at it once again. Top 3 contenders duking it out for the race win. So far, so good. Nathan Lee able to get on out front. And then now Austin Smith has to do a little bit of some catching up to do to get to that number 16. 3 laps to go. Nate Lee with the race lead. Austin Smith trying to do what he can to pull his way all the way up, but just not able to do so. Nathan Lee looking to be the favorite to win tonight's race. So far, so good. 2 laps to go this time by. Coming around to take the white flag lap here tonight. Nathan Lee doing what he needed to do. Austin Smith kind of in desperation mode as of right now, but back here, Kobe Sutphin getting ready to get past for P3, the final podium position. Brandon Stubbs able to make the pass on Kobe Sutphin. But up front is going to be nothing but Nate Lee through turns number 3 and 4 for the final time. The number 16 going to go back to victory lane. Is Nathan Lee able to hold off the charge from Austin Smith? Get his way up there back to the race lead on 9 lap fresher tires. Able to battle through the field to get up to the race lead, take over the race lead, and just not look back. He's been a dominant force all race long. Nathan Lee getting the win out here tonight. Austin Smith finishing P at number 2. Brandon Stubbs finishing at P at number 3. So top 3, top 2 I could see being up there, but kudos to Brendan Stubbs getting himself up into P at number 3 and getting a nice, well-deserved podium finish here tonight. Nathan Lee going to go ahead and burn these tires down. Well-deserved victory here tonight. Is the, looks like the number, not sure who it was. You see there, Nate Lee doing a Kyle Larson style burnout across the start finish line. I'm gonna go ahead and get it on over there and parked. We're gonna go ahead and grab our 3rd place finisher. See if I just can't find him. I can't pull anybody. So looking at it right now. I'm gonna wait till the top 3 get in the waiting room, but what an absolute finish out here tonight. Just an absolute star-studded show out here tonight as we're going to be joined by our 3rd place finisher. That's going to be Brendan Stubbs. Brendan, this is Dylan in the CRM broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Brendan, we haven't been able to talk to you all season long. You've always come out here with one of the badass looking paint schemes, one being the mullet from Cletus McFarland, and now you're repping the American flag with a Coors yellow belly on the back. But kind of walk me through your race here tonight. I mean, obviously, it was a long, star-studded race, and obviously, Homestead, you can run the bottom, the middle, the top, but it seemed like wherever everybody else was running is where you wanted to be at. As once you got to the front, you just didn't want to let go.
Yeah, so just really started off pretty conservative there early. I didn't want to get in any trouble trying some lines later in the run, seeing what's fast, and uh, decided not to take tires there in that second to last caution, um, and kind of just rode around. I got stuck there towards the end, and Austin and Nate got away from me, but really pleased with the top three. I've had a couple of disappointing finishes on the last few laps of every race this year, so glad to get one done.
Yeah, obviously you battled through attrition, I guess you could say, all season long, and I've been here and I've watched it all happen on your end. But you ended up doing what you needed to do. You finally put one all together. You're able to do what you needed to do to finish in the top three. Obviously, playoffs mean a lot to different people. Is looking at next week, you got Atlanta Motor Speedway, so it's essentially the plate track version of Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah,
That, I
yeah,
mean, it is Atlanta. Is that one of the tracks that you're looking forward to? Obviously, there's only two more races left in the season. You got Atlanta, then you have Phoenix. Is Atlanta one of those tracks where you just kind of want to hurry up, get through it, get done with it,
yeah, yeah. That's
or
probably my opinion. I'm all for these longer run, more technical tracks. Today was really slick. Not going to be much of that at Atlanta, but I'm excited to see how it's going to go.
yeah, looking at the playoff settings, you just missed it just by two positions, so we're really in it for the hunt for the championship. But nonetheless, I mean, good point stay all in all, whether you were in the battle for the championship or not. It was great seeing you up there running the Larson line, I guess you could say, around the outside wall, doing what you could do. Now, I don't know how long you've been on iRacing, but could you tell a difference from the new update that they did with the track and obviously the truck, or was it if you got too close to the wall, it just kind of sucked you in?
Yeah, so I didn't have a lot of experience with the old truck model, but I did notice a lot in practice that you can't be, if you're going to go to the top, you got to commit, but you cannot be right on the wall, or it's going to suck you in, and you lose so much momentum. So I tried to kind of play that close to the wall in entry and kind of dive down um, in the middle of the turn and slide back up and keep my momentum up. But yeah, you definitely have to be careful for sure.
All right, Brendan. Well, before we let you get on out of here, celebrate that third place finish here tonight. If there's anybody on that number 35 you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dylan. I'd like to shout out my girlfriend, Holly. Hopefully she's watching, and if not, I'm gonna tell her to watch it back anyways.
All right, buddy. Well, we're gonna go ahead and let you get on out of here. Celebrate that third place finisher. Go ahead and go with the girlfriend, and hopefully be able to talk to you again next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Take care. All right, that's going to be our third place finisher of Brendan Stubbs. Going to go move up to our second place finisher. That's going to be Austin Smith in the number 23. Austin, this is Dylan in the CRM broadcast booth. Got a copy.
Yeah, I gotcha. How's it going?
It's going all right, buddy. What a absolute finish to this race. I mean, well, the whole race was actually a pretty damn good show. Long green flag runs, multiple grooves of racing, top, middle, bottom, wherever you wanted to be at. And we've seen the number 23 kind of work his way up towards the front. Got back to where you finished or where you started, but there towards the middle of the race, you were kind of deep in the pack, just kind of save a tire, save a little bit of fuel. And then the last couple cautions came out and shot yourself back up towards the front.
Yeah, that was a good race. Pretty clean for the most part. It was fun to race around everybody, and man, that first green flag run that before we pit on that first cycle, I burned my stuff up. I only had 50% left on the right front, so I was struggling. Um, and then I kind of figured it out. I was watching Nate a little bit, watching Kobe how they were running, and it seemed like the bottom was a little bit better. So I started running there, and just kind of ran out of time for Nate at the end. I was hoping if I had a couple more laps, I was making that high side work in 1 and 2 on the last like 5 laps or so. I was hoping to get him, but just couldn't get there. So congrats to Nate. Good win for him.
Yeah, you say you're running the top in 1 and 2, and then we've seen you venture down to the bottom in 3 and 4. Is that kind of way the way that you anticipated on running the whole race? Obviously run the top in 1 and 2 in one side of the corners, and then run the bottom, and then ever so often kind of flip them back and forth, or was it more of wanting to run where nobody else was.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do that. It seemed like you could get such a run down the backstretch in 1 and 2 if you ran the top, but I just burned my stuff up so much being up there, so I couldn't make it work the whole race. So I had to go to the bottom where everybody else was, but it seemed like I could kind of run wherever I needed to, and other people needed to stay on the bottom. So yeah, I don't know. If I had a little bit more time, maybe I could have got there, but overall it was fun and happy with the second place finish.
Yeah, you can't be too mad with a second place finish out here tonight. Now, obviously, Atlanta next week, the super speedway version of Atlanta. What's it going to take to see that number 23 back up here in Victory Lane?
Yeah, it's probably going to take a little luck and a little help from the teammates. So, hoping everybody can make it next week on Midwest Motorsports and we can go up and get a good finish as a team. But yeah, if I'm going to have anything for Nate for the championship, I've got to take a win next week for sure.
Yeah, definitely going to be something fun to watch. But Austin, before letting you get on out of here, if there's anybody on that number 23 machine, let me give a shout out to. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I need to thank everybody for coming out and racing with us. Couldn't put this league on and put this product on if people didn't show up. So thanks to all the drivers that show up, and need to thank you for being in the booth this week and broadcasting, and chance for being our eyes in the sky and doing all the race control. It's really really helpful to have all those guys kind of watching and you broadcasting. So yeah, other than that, thanks for my friends and family for watching, and hopefully have a good race next week.
All right, buddy, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, celebrate that second place finish here tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again next week.
Cool, appreciate it.
That's going to be our second place finisher of Austin Smith. We're going to go ahead and grab our race winner. That's going to be Nathan Lee. Nathan, this is Dylan in the broadcast booth. I got a copy.
Yep, I got you.
All right, buddy. 2 wins in a row. Obviously, I have been here for the last couple weeks due to being without a computer. Finally got my new one here set up, ready to go. But man, what a dominating performance out there tonight. Obviously, getting another race win out here means a lot, helps you a lot with the playoffs. But there for a while, it looked like it was going to go green, and I think maybe Kobe might have been the only other racer out there that had anything for you on the longer green flag runs.
Yeah, I was about after that last cycle. I think it's just because we had zero draft throughout the race. I was 3 laps missing on fuel, so I was just pushing the clutch in, and he caught us. He made up 2 seconds in about 3 laps, and so without those two cautions there, he definitely would have won the race because I just didn't have the fuel. But other than that, we did everything good. We kept the car clean, and then that caution came out. If that last one wouldn't have came out, Kobe would have won. But that's 2 weeks in a row we've had a caution in our favor to get the win.
Yeah, obviously this week doing what you needed to do, and I didn't really think the 9 lap pressure tires was going to make a big difference there towards the end of the race, but ended up working out in your favor. Obviously, you started on the outside in P number 6, and once you got through the traffic, you were making it 3 wide. You didn't care. You were letting it go out the way that it needed to go, and you were able to pick through the traffic. And then once you got that clean air, it was pretty much see you later.
Yeah, some of these guys aren't, my biggest fan because I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to win. But I knew that, they already had a heat cycle on those tires, and we were on 20 lap old tires anyway, so we had to come in, and it worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, it definitely worked out in your favor here tonight. Now, obviously, next week, Atlanta, the super speedway version. Obviously, it's not, you want to hurry up, get to the front, and get out of the way, do whatever you need to do. Obviously, it'll be great if you can. But what's it going to take to see that number 16 back into victory lane next week?
Uh, Being a super speedway, it's gonna take a whole lot of luck, playing it safe, and just some work with the teammates. We got to come up with a good strategy to stay out of trouble. If we can do those 3 things, we've got a shot.
Yeah, definitely going to be something fun to watch and get a hold of, see what happens. But Nathan, before we let you get on out of here, celebrate that race win once again. If there's anybody on that number 16 you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my dad, like always, for watching, and my wife for supporting me in everything that I do. She's working hard, and I'm sitting in here playing video games, so I appreciate her always.
All right, buddy, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, celebrate that race win once again, and we'll be talking to you again next week.
All right, we'll be seeing you.
All right, that's going to do it for our race winner here tonight. That's going to do it for myself up here on the broadcast booth. Make sure you guys tune into the next one, the Demon Truck Series, as they are potentially already racing out here tonight. So get ready for that one out here tonight. Definitely going to be something fun to watch. But that's going to do it for myself out here for CRN in the broadcast booth. My name is Dylan McDonald for CRN. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.